so many times things have worked in my favor because I took a risk, right? Or somebody around me took a risk. So much success comes from taking a risk. And if you're the type of person that blames, nobody around you is going to take a risk. So you're going to run the risk of not being successful because nobody wants to get blamed.
I got the cheat code to the street. Gotta make sure that my family. I get the cheat code, I'm a beast. They should've never let me out of lease. Stop all the cap, I'm just trying to see. You really back what you talk on the beat. They put me in, I'ma walk on the beat. I eat my plate and it make me obese. I been pushing lyrics like a kingpin. And when the day we got no.
Hey guys.
Hello.
What up, though? What's heading in?
What's heading in?
He's good. He's good.
Yeah.
Good.
I appreciate you guys pulling up to iHeart.
We're at iHeart. I know. I feel
The new digs.
I feel special. It's our new home.
Yeah. Is it?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
Want it to be?
I mean, it doesn't
can
matter.
make
You
it
know,
happen.
hey, man, we can. I love performing wherever. I'll do a
I'm
podcast wherever with you guys.
I'm with
As long as
you.
I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
Anywhere but
So-
my bathroom, and I'm good.
Yeah. I don't know how long they're gonna let me walk around this building unsupervised. So I'm sure they'll have to assign somebody to me. But in the meantime, I like it. It's very nice. It's very. iHeart spared no expense.
I know.
And I seen a big old picture of Ron Burgundy on the wall, so I was like, okay, this is the spot for me.
You must be in the right
Stay
place.
classy.
There are multiple podcast rooms, so this is just one of many.
So this is a facility.
Let's move around. Let's try them all.
This is a facility, is what you're saying. This is the compound.
This is the compound.
Shout out to iHeart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm glad they opened back up ever since the,
Yeah, for sure.
we don't want to we don't want to say those type of
BS happened, yeah.
ever since when the world shut down.
Yeah.
And then radio stations shut down.
Radio stations shut down.
Well, the
radio
world
stations,
shut down.
Radio stations are now back on the forefront.
Yes, they are.
I don't think they ever fell off the forefront. Especially people being locked in the
because
house.
people were inside and not listening.
Not listening to what?
in their car, or
Yeah.
ratings
Or-
are based
or
off of people with meters
At the office.
at the office and
Or
at stores
in
because everything was
malls.
closed.
Yeah.
So, yes, the listening ship went down only because the listening ship went up with Spotify, Apple Music, and all the streaming platforms.
Okay.
But then once people start going back outside, the radio went back
Interesting.
up.
Shout out to Jacobs Media for tracking all that. Like they actually track it so we can see like who's.
But what if they have
listening,
tracked
who's not.
sales? Because MediaBase and BDS was originally created to monitor advertisements.
Yeah.
So sales dropped during the pandemic. Ad sales dropped during
Ad
the
sales
pandemic.
dropped tremendously. To people were laid off, people were furloughed, people were. I think it was a bad and great thing because I always thought that this job could be worked at home. It
Right.
could be, you can be remote if you have the perfect
Yes.
setup. But that forced a lot of people to say, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna set up a home studio just in case."
Right.
Because you never know if Ferrari's at home or not. Because I actually have a full setup at my house.
That's awesome.
But a lot of people got laid off because advertising dollars went down because who you going to advertise to if no one's in the car listening?
When you're on the
Listening shit went down.
when you're on the air, do you stream live?
Yes,
That's awesome.
yes,
I should have known that.
yeah.
I should have.
And one time for iHeart, they have streaming numbers too. So you get we have a
Beautiful.
bonus structure for streaming numbers.
iHeart has their own award show. Get over it.
iHeart
Yes.
has their own
Bullies,
app.
show offs,
Yeah,
Yes.
and
and a podcast facility to boot.
the
As they
Cume,
should.
Yeah.
You get bonuses based off your Cume
As
too.
they should.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
you're ranking with your market share.
You're
You're pretty rank. I think you'll do well.
You're pretty good. Yeah.
Nice. God is great, man. Showing some love
Proud
for
of you.
iHeart. Now if we can
Proud
get
of
these
you.
guys to give us access to their artist. Let me not. We just got here. It's first episode. I apologize. There's cameras everywhere, and I was told that the cameras are never turning off and the microphones are never turning off. So give me about a week or so, you guys, and I'll start asking questions. But I'm very happy to be here in my
Yeah.
Orete de Trade voice. I'm very happy to be here.
English.
Orete de Trade. That was his name. He was the pitcher for the
Okay.
for the Marlins. You know,
Okay,
when they won the World Series.
Okay.
He went down there and on the parade and he grabbed the
don't think we'll
microphone and
ever
said,
win another
"Miami,
one."
I'm very happy to be here." And it's always stuck with me. That was like the first time a baseball team from home.
Yeah, Glow.
Yeah, I did that exactly.
That
Yeah.
hook is a solid hook. One time for London J, and
Yes,
it was
it's a
another
winner.
songwriter who wrote that. One time for Glorilla. It was one of the biggest.
Shout out to
records
Pretty Boy Tank. Did you hear the Pretty Boy Tank like mashup?
Nah, I gotta hear that. One time for Pretty
Shout
Boy
out to
Tank.
Real Atlanta, man. You got to listen to Real Atlanta Radio.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, I gotta
throws it down. He
tap
put a
that in.
mashup. And then I went on his post and I was like, man, big up to the DJs that know what to do with stems and acapellas. And,
Yes.
and he's like, yeah, bro, but I
time for
didn't have no acapellas. I made that. I was like, oh, my bad. Show off.
Wow,
Oh.
that's
Show off.
impressive.
That's fine.
Show off. So shout out to Show Off.
That's
DJ
the-
Pretty
that's
Boy
the
Tank
dope
actually out here
moment.
breaking records.
Dope moments about DJs. I think the ones who are innovative and
I like
do
Pretty Boy
more
Tank.
than just DJ a club. Those guys should be celebrated at all times.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
The ones who take it like it's a brand.
And
'cause it's a
those
brand.
guys, you know, people like Pretty Boy Tank, people like Omeezy, people like DJ Dirty, and those guys, they are intricate. They play a very, very, very prominent role in helping independent artists
Yes.
break through to the mainstream. So
Yes.
anything
Okay.
that they got it.
Now
going
that
on,
we're
we
here-
want to support.
I was talking to an independent artist the other day, and he kept saying, "Man, Ferrari, I got the streets, I got everything I need, but my online presence is not."
Then you don't have the streets, my boy.
Then you don't. Yeah.
You can't have the streets without they gotta go look for you.
Yeah.
They're gonna go look for you. I seen a post the other day, Wendy,
Go ahead.
and it had a picture of a person, and he was standing there, and he had a CB, a typewriter, a computer, a video game consoles, a CD player, all kinds of stuff, maybe about 50 or 60 pieces of hardware by him. And the caption on the picture, it says, all of this is in your pocket right now.
Yep.
Right here.
Yep.
You can't tell me a buzz is like pregnancy. It shows.
You can't hide it.
You can't hide it, baby. You
cannot
cannot.
hide
That's
it.
word to bigger ranking. A buzz, it's like a pregnancy, baby. You can't hide it. It's gonna show. Everybody gonna know.
Yep.
And if you have everything going on, then therein lies the oxymoron. How could you say you have everything but lack something? So I call cap.
So maybe he has all the relationships, but then nothing else is happening.
I don't
Maybe
believe
he
it
just
either.
needs to do a little more work. He's just not there yet, and that's okay. Because you got to start somewhere. You got to build it from the ground up. You got to build it from the foundation, and it's growth. You don't want to start something and then be at the top. That
I
doesn't
think
make sense.
I think a lot of people want to push a button and then it pop and everything happens fast.
Yeah, me too.
Do you guys tend to see that? with
Yes.
clients and
Yes.
artists and
Yes. I have a t-shirt that says "Wake me when I'm famous" because people tend to hire me thinking that I can wave a magic wand and they'll be famous in 3 minutes. And you have to put in the work. Putting in the work is the only thing that you cannot fake in this industry. You've got to, your work ethic, you've got to, shout out to Gip from Goody Mob for saying that, because you've got to put in the work and it shows when you don't.
I think you could put in the work and then sometimes it won't work either because I feel like the
Agreed.
fans have to choose you.
Agreed.
Because I've seen people
Agreed.
put in a lot of hard work and then they just
They don't get
still-
anywhere.
I feel like they get somewhere.
When you
but
say
they
put in a
don't-
lot of hard work, you mean like put in a lot of motion, exert a lot of energy? Because
No,
hard work
no,
without
no,
a plan
like,
is
do
not
the
work,
right
right?
things, like put
Do
together
everything
a
that
plan
they
and
supposed to
pull
do.
the trigger on the plan.
You've
Like,
seen people-
really
you've
do
seen people do that?
And
Consistency.
I've seen
yes.
people do that
Yes.
and still not make it
Yes.
only because it's not about that. That's the intricate part of it. But
The music
people
has
still-
to be. The music has to be great. Whatever you deem it.
Well, I'm
Making it
asking you
is-
guys. What's
I
make
feel
it?
like the people
when you can support
your
yourself.
fans,
For me, is making it.
yeah, your fans have to choose you as well and say, I want this genre. I want what you bring to the table.
Yes, what you bring has value to me,
Yes,
so I'm going to
the
consume
hard
it.
work and everything can happen, but what if what you're putting out isn't what the people want,
Right.
or what you're putting out isn't gathering fans?
You can't
But
force it.
You would have to have the opinion of a percentage of the population to say it's not what the people want, right?
Right? Because like,
Hold on a second. But I'm asking a layered question. So,
Yeah,
Layered on, baby.
and if let's say there's 800 million people in America,
yeah.
let's say 300 million fall within your target demographic. We'll say a third.
Yeah.
How many of those people have to tell you that it's a hit before you think it's a hit? And number two, how do you find what those people? Where is those opinions gathered? Where is that information pulled? Where can I go get the information on 200 million Americans telling me this is what I have going on? That's why I'm sitting here and I be baffled sometimes because when you say relationships, let's back up a little bit. How could you have a relationship in the music business and somebody that can be in a position to help you has never bothered to go listen to your music?
Yeah, this is true.
Because if they've never bothered to go listen to your music, then they've never bothered to go look for you. And if they've never bothered to go look for you, how would they know you have 48 profiles and 65 different songs improperly tagged and 6 different writer names? How would they know any of that?
Correct.
So what relationships do you have? Oh, you know somebody. Well, I know a guy in Brooklyn that's selling a bridge. What are you trying to tell me? So when you tell me that I've seen people put the work in, you mean to tell me that you've seen people structure this the correct way, follow the steps, and still not see the results? Then I ask you, what are the results that they're trying to see?
They want to be that superstar. Because for example, my point could be, us three work very hard at putting out a record. We put out the same record, but I don't think that they would pick all three of us because we're putting in the equal amount of work that it requires. They're going to pick the person they like. What if they like your voice on this particular beat? If all three of us make the same exact song, we put the same exact work into it, the fans are going to gravitate to who they think is better. It could be Wendy. It could be me. It could be you. But it's probably not going to be all three of us or two of us. It's going to be one of us that they're going to say, yeah, I like how he did it.
Well, I think also it's not just the music. It's what are we doing for our content? Like
that too.
Are you vulnerable and talking about your life and your kids and what's going on? You know,
do you understand what I'm saying?
I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah, no, I totally.
You know what I mean? Like it all of that plays a role. You can't force music anymore. And we've covered this, so I don't want to beat a dead horse, but the fans are the ones that say if a song is hot or not. Our opinion doesn't really matter.
I think what we're all doing is taking very well calculated, strongly opinionated decision making assumptions. Maybe.
Okay.
A theory.
Okay. Yeah.
Everything is
very
theories.
Strong hypothesis based off of research, data, and what trends and
Oppenheimer was a theorist.
Yeah.
He helped invent the nuclear bomb, the atomic bomb. He was a theorist. When they tested little boy or whatever his name was at the nuclear facility, there was a possibility that the Earth's atmosphere would have caught fire and would have kept burning and would have destroyed the world. They had theories, and all of those people had to study and come up with calculations and then arrive at the best theory that had zero probability or as little to none as possible of a disaster.
Yeah.
And so then I bring you back, Ferrari, knowing that, who can you honestly look back and say those people that they've done it right? Yeah. Who, bro? What, because they had money to go pay the best publicists? Wrong. Yeah. Because they had money to go hire the best producers? Wrong. Because they had money for the best engineers? Wrong. At some point in time, bro, if they had it all together, then they would have been successful. Because I'm sure Wendy can give you examples of people that did it wrong, failed, learned how to do it right, got on track, and became successful. I don't know, Strange Music, TDE.
Right.
The list of independents that have gone on to be successful is endless. Right?
Correct.
It may be short. It may not be as long as the list of people who have failed at it, but that doesn't mean that they've given it their all.
Yeah.
LeBron James just scored 40,000 points, man. It's the first time in the history of Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, you name them, Allen Iverson, you name them, bro. The first time we've ever seen somebody score 40,000 points, bro.
Don't think I'll ever see that again.
The fact is that there was somebody that put in the work to do that.
Yeah.
There was somebody that put in the work to do that, bro, and he became the best of what in his realm, and Kobe is the best in his realm. Kobe didn't score 40,000, he's still the Mamba. Jordan didn't score 40,000, he's still Jordan. These guys still left their mark in the business, and comparison is the thief of joy. So I ask all of these guys, what is your success? What does making it mean? Because if you're going to move the goalpost, then you're never going to make it. You're always going to feel like you're falling short. You're always going to feel, if I'd have had $10 more, if I'd have had an extra month, if I'd have had an extra week, if my label would have listened, if the producer would have been on point, if the videographer would have showed up on time. When is a final product measured? And what are we measuring? When do we determine that this test was a success? Because make no mistake, in order for us to have a test, we have to have a constant, something that we control. There has to be something that you control, Ferrari. So if you don't control when you release your music, then there's no test. There's no results that you can prove. There's no theory. It's all a guess. Mm-hmm. And I guess you have decided to waste people's time when you decide to come around and say, I got the hottest song in the streets and I just missed the internet. No, bozo, you don't have the hottest song on the streets. Them 30 people that you listen to, that you drive around with, they listen to it when you pull up because they stick their paw out for you to give them some money. And those DJs that you play, they only play the song when you're in the club. They don't play it when you leave, because when they play it when you're not there, you're the only person who buys drinks. You're the only person who throws money. You're the only person that has fun when they play your record in the club. Everybody else stops, but you don't notice that because you make music for you. The people, they're going to have to hear this. This is the real. What? Huh? That's not how this works, bro. It's not how this works. Ferrari isn't going to play a song because XYZ artist turns up whenever he comes to the club.
Yeah.
That doesn't work like that, bro. Maybe I'm mistaken. DJs, if I'm wrong, straight me. Hit me in the comments. Let me know in the DM. Tell me that you play a record because the artist turns up in the section in the club every time you play it. Not because the club turns up. Let's see I wonder how many DJs.
That wouldn't work.
In the age of the post-pandemic. How many DJs got replaced because people weren't going to clubs, right? Because clubs are dying. They're dying.
Yeah, it's restaurants.
How many of
lounges.
these guys are playing independent art? We already know. We talked about the reporting. Ferrari.
Yeah.
When was the last time? I'm going to ask Wendy. Ferrari, when was the last time you DJ'd at a club and printed out your Serato report and gave it to the club owner so that he could report the blanket license? I ask every DJ. Before you sit up here and pontificate about what artists aren't doing and how this, that, and the third and the business is wrong, when was the last time you ended your gig and exported your playlist? Clown.
And even if the DJ does export it, what does the club do with it?
Listen.
What does Serato do with it?
Do
What
you
does
even have an
anybody do with
LLC
it? Yeah.
that you own your name?
So-
Do you have a license
Yeah.
to do what you do?
This is where.
I don't want to get into that, but yeah.
But
I got
again,
you.
man, how can you say you're doing it all right? You haven't done everything you need to do.
Yeah.
I'm doing it on my own. So what, bro? That means you got more time to focus on you. You ain't got to worry about working for the man. You working for you. So if there's 24 hours in a day and you would spend 8 hours about working for the man and then spend 1 hour commuting to work for the man and 1 hour commuting from work for the man, that's 10. And then you get home and spend 2 hours drowning your misery because you have to go work for the man. If you could put 12 or 14 hours worth of doing something that you have to do to survive, not that you want to do, shouldn't you be able to double down on what it is that you want to do to survive?
Definitely.
Yes.
Then what are we
Yes.
talking about, bro?
And
you don't have to do
I
it right.
think we all do. And I think that's why we've been successful in the music business, because we have put the time in and we've put the consistency and the motivation and the effort and the passion and everything that it takes.
You don't have to do it right now. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
You're not going to know what you did wrong until you do it and failed and messed it up
Exactly.
and screwed it up
fail
completely.
faster.
And you messed up your one opportunity, so now you got to work to earn another one. That's just it, man. You mess it up, then you earn another chance. You don't beg for one. You don't cry for one. You don't whine for one. You earn another chance, bro.
But you got to make adjustments too. I think I said that in a couple episodes ago, because you're going to fail. And what Wendy always says, fail faster. But I feel like the problem is people don't like the results they get initially, and they want to quit and complain, or complain first, complain second, third, fourth, and fifth, blame other people. That bothers me too. I hate when it's an issue and it's blaming. No, let's
You don't-
solve the problem.
Yeah, you don't take responsibility.
Let's not stop and blame people. Let's solve, let's fix it, and then we can talk about the error.
But you talk about the error so it doesn't happen again. You
Correct.
don't talk about the error to blame somebody.
Yeah, we don't hound on the problem.
Yeah.
There wasn't a problem. Did we identify the problem? What was the root of the problem?
Yes.
What are the possible solutions to this problem?
Correct.
You know, so many times things have worked in my favor because I took a risk, right? Or somebody around me took a risk. So much success comes from taking a risk. And if you're the type of person that blames, nobody around you is going to take a risk. So you're going to run the risk of not being successful because nobody wants to get blamed.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
So
Nobody wants to be your fall guy.
Yeah.
I don't.
And
believe
there's
in
power
blaming.
in accepting responsibility.
Yeah.
There's power in identifying your flaws,
Yeah.
because therein you can identify and correct it.
them.
You can correct them moving
Yes.
forward. And you know what?
Yeah.
And that's why I think
Isn't
and
that
that's
how
why,
you become better?
Yes. And isn't that the goal?
That's
Yes.
why I become. That's why I do the stuff
Iron
that I
sharpen
do
iron.
for the people that I do it for,
Yeah.
because it's got to get done.
Facts.
Bottom line,
Facts.
whether it's
And you go
if it's
above and
the-
beyond.
Thank you.
You
I
do,
appreciate
like,
that,
you do.
because it's expected.
No, like way above and beyond. Like
That's my
if-
barometer.
If we expect 1 to 5, you give us 1 to 10. Like you do double, triple the work. It's
because
it's
1 to
amazing.
5 is what you want. 1 to 10 is what you need to be able to make the best choice from. And I think
Yes.
as a service provider or as a data scientist or whatever it is
Or
that you
someone
guys
who
or somebody
cares.
who
I like
cares.
that word for you, a data scientist.
You know,
Right?
I want to be able to. There is no right or wrong way,
Yeah.
but there is a mathematical way, right? And we can expedite or we can prolong. You know, the try making a 5-course meal for people without water.
You can.
Have all the rice and all the grain in the world, everything, but try cooking without water.
You can.
Can't.
And it's gonna take you longer. You might be able to find something out
do
there and
something,
squeeze some
but-
fruit. Maybe I don't know. It's gonna be difficult, right?
Yeah.
It's the same
But
principle.
even
with this
fruit has
music, man.
water.
It's the same principle with the music industry. It's the same principle with the hair industry. It's the same principle with the clothing industry, with the dentistry industry, with the chiropractic industry.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what field you're in. Business, the root of business is fundamental.
Yeah.
Right? I want to make money from a product. I want to make money from a service, right? And then there are the people that make money within providing that product or that service. And then there are people that make money within the separating or the direction, or I'm going to make the middleman fee. You looking for this? Then here, give me this and I'll point you in the right direction for this. And that doesn't exist in the music business. Anybody who's tasted a little bit of success gets online and they start a podcast or they write a book and then they give you their self-help tools and it's just like, okay, cool, I get it, but I can't respect it, but I can appreciate where you're coming from, and believe it or not, I've made some amazing new friendships because of my doubt on people and my reservations on people giving misinformation. Shout out to Chase the Dice.
Let's have to chase the dice.
Yeah, there's a couple guys out here that are really diving in and really want to learn. Shout out to Ian.
Oh my God, Ian's doing an amazing job.
And Jay Poe and those guys. Like, these are people that
Brandman Sean
have learned, Brandman Sean.
Sean.
These are people that have learned the music business, the business of music,
and are sharing it.
and are sharing the real. You
Yes.
don't have to like it. I don't like
Yes.
the shit that I see every day, Ferrari. Matter of fact, if I spoke on what I disliked, I would be. People think I'm mad now. People would think I'm the most bitter. I don't speak on everything I dislike in this business, man. And the fact that those individuals that I named and countless others, people like Gary Archer, always providing a platform with All In Radio. All of these different people, they provide an amazing set of information and resources for independent artists. And as much as people want to be saved, I wished that they pursued those people and the information they were giving, because they throw out life rafts like we do. We
Yes.
throw out life jackets every day.
Yes.
Shout out to our social media team.
Every
Shout out to
episode,
the
yeah.
content team that's always throwing our post out. But I don't even call those social media posts no more coming from the cheat code page.
Yeah.
That's a social media life jacket. You need this to survive, baby.
I agree.
You may not like it. It may feel like it's choking you. It may be too tight. It may not fit all the way around you. Hold on to it, bro. It's going to save your life.
Yeah.
Because what we're trying to give you guys is the information that hurt us from achieving a goal faster, more expeditiously, because that information was gate kept, I guess is the word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Gate kept or whatever it was. So now with all that's gone, we can do.
I
we can
always
move
say
freely.
that I bump my head so many times, and I do this because I don't want you to have to bump your head.
Yeah.
I want you to have the information. And there is so much misinformation out there. I've seen just lately, I've seen so much of people giving advice that's just so wrong.
Right.
And it's heartbreaking. You know, I always say in all of the informational videos I do, it's like, don't trust what I'm saying, go research it.
Yeah.
You have to do that with everybody. Anything that you read or hear online, please go research it. Please go make sure that it's accurate, because there's just a lot of misinformation out here.
Yeah.
And it's dressed very nicely.
And it's beautiful.
And
It's
a lot of
looking
it
good.
is incomplete information.
Correct.
I'll give you an example. Can I give you guys an example?
Yeah.
TikTok.
You might, yeah.
Everybody tells you to run ads on TikTok. You want to reach more people on TikTok, get an ad account. But what they don't tell you is that once you get an ad account, you can no longer use your music because your music isn't licensed for business. Let's say you go ahead and you got your distributor support, and then you finagle your artist account and connect it to now your ad account that you're going to try to run ads on. But when you went to set up your ad account, you tried to be slick and said, I'm going to name my ad account the name of my store. So it was Joe Blow Co. But now you've already claimed your artist account. So now it's tied to the username Joe Blow Co., which you went and put ads on. So now all of those people that told you, go out and run ads on your TikTok, they didn't bother to tell you, hey, bro, you might want to set all of this up from your label account and keep your artist account as a user. Don't set up and try to run ads on your artist account. It's not going to be able to work. Run ads from your record label's account. So that means as an artist, you should have 2 TikToks. You should have Ferrari
business account
and Ferrari Co. Because Ferrari Co. is going to sell the merch. Ferrari Co. is going to sell the ads. And all Ferrari wants to be able to do is pin. Every time somebody uses one of his videos, he wants to be able to pin it to the top. Every time he drops a song, he wants to be able to go into his TikTok artist on his main page where the little music note is, and he wants to pin his song at the top so that when people come find his profile from wherever they may find it at, they're going to see the first thing at the top is the most recent song. And then they can go to that song and they'll see that not only is Ferrari making content that people like, but Ferrari is engaging with fans because every time I come back, there's a new video pinned to the top of the profile. And then those kids are seeing that and they're saying, hey, this guy Ferrari, I made a video, bro, and he posted, I picked up 2,000 followers off of that, bro. What? Let me make a video too. But no. 84% of music on TikTok has a video? I mean, 84% of the videos have a song on it. But why would you want to connect that to your profile, right? Why would you want to? That sounds like you're actually trying to win at the music business. So then I ask you, Ferrari, again, did that person who came to you and told you they really had it going on, did they really do everything they were supposed to do to win, Ferrari? And if they haven't done, you can't say, everybody feels that way. That's impossible. You've talked to 8 billion people.
Sometimes I feel like I have.
Everybody. I love when an artist calls me and tells me, everybody's calling me, bro. The video is out. And then you go look and the video got 12 views on YouTube. Yeah. Who is everybody, bro? You must have watched it 5 times. But I get it, bro. I understand. I think it's a new word. It's a new compound word I heard. People are so convinced that it's the truth. It's called conviction bias.
Yes. Yes.
You're you're so convinced that you've got it figured out that you're not willing to see the obvious. Yes. You're not willing to see all the evidence. It's a conviction bias. And I think a lot of the people that suffer from illusions of grandeur are they should go seek some type of help.
I love that you said that. I've been reading a book on narcissism. You know, we have a lot of narcissists in the music business, and by the way, I bought copies for all y'all. You know, like when I find a book I like,
yes.
yeah, when I find a book I like,
Thank
I buy it for everybody I know. It's called "It's Not You," and it just came out a week ago. I listened to it when I was on vacation, and I listened to it straight through, like 8 hours, right? And it really talks about because we can't just cut toxic people out of our lives, right? Sometimes they're clients, sometimes they're family members, sometimes we're married to them. But it teaches you how to deal effectively with narcissists. And I think everybody should read it. It's such a great book. Fame really attracts narcissism. Narcissists are people that have very low self-esteem and they cover it up by being, braggadocious and delusions of grandeur and pretty much what you just said. And it's something that's prevalent in our industry. And it's something that I've been dealing with for 32 years, and I'm finally, after 32 years, learning how to deal with it now.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
It's bad.
It is.
It's bad. Yes.
Confirmation bias, man. It's real.
Yes, it is.
Cheat code.
Cheat code.
Get 2 coffee cups. We got to stay in the new building. Somebody got to pay the rent, baby.